So we go to the East Coast now, where there seems to have been some scuffles outside the ANC's KwaZulu-Natal offices in Durban after a disagreement between some ANC leaders and protesters supporting Ethekwini Mayor Zandile Gumede, who's facing fraud and racketeering charges. The angry ANC members and supporters are demanding the reinstatement of Gumede. Our reporter Ayanda Mhlongo is there outside the ANC offices in Durban. She joins us now to give us an update on the situation. Ayanda, thanks very much indeed for joining us. I see that there's still a number of people outside the ANC offices. Tell us what you saw happen this afternoon.
Yeah, very good evening to you, Peter. Good evening to our viewers at home. Well, police here, Peter, outside the ANC's offices that were trying to prevent these very angry, disgruntled branch members of the ANC here in the Ethekwini region from storming the ANC offices. They are demanding to see the leaders, or to speak rather, to the leaders of the ANC, that being the chairperson of the ANC in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, as well as his secretary, Mtumseni Ntuli, but also wanting now the intervention of the top six, saying that they are going to remain here outside the ANC's offices until they speak to these two leaders of the province of KwaZulu-Natal, failing which they then want or demanding that the national leaders of the ANC make their way here and address them because of the issues that they say they are faced with in the ANC region here. As you know, of course, that the party took the decision to remove temporarily the mayor of Ethekwini, Zandile Gumede, who's on a 30-day leave from her office, as well as to also then go forth and disband the ANC's Ethekwini region. And they've then put in place an interim committee that is going to prepare this region for a regional conference, I beg your pardon, which they said could take place around October this year. Now, these members of the ANC here are saying, Peter, that they are demanding two things. They're demanding that Mayor Zandile Gumede be reinstated, and they also want to see this task team to be dissolved, and saying that the members of the ANC who have been elected to this task team, there was no input from the branches, and they want to be involved in the process of electing or selecting those members that were going to be a part of the task team to prepare the region for its regional conference. So police, as I said, Peter, outside, the police had their hands full. There was some scuffle, as you said, between the members of the ANC and the police as they were trying to make their way into the offices, storm the offices, and the police, of course, having to prevent them from entering. At the time, the leaders of the ANC, the deputy chairperson, Mike Mabiakulu, arriving here. He is now inside with some of the PEC members of the ANC, meeting with the leaders of these branches to try and get a solution or get to the bottom of their concerns. And so at the moment, as you see, the members of the ANC here are saying that they are going to stand outside here. If it means them sleeping out here, they will stand out here until they get what they want, which is the two issues that they've mentioned, that Zandile Gumede be reinstated as the mayor of Ethekwini, and that the ANC leadership in the province of KwaZulu-Natal dissolve this task team that they've set up in the Ethekwini region, Peter.
Ayanda, I guess the longer that this goes on, there must be some concern that those that have been vocal about Ethekwini Mayor Gumede leaving, particularly the ANC Youth League, might descend upon this building and confront these protesters.
Certainly, Peter, it seems that the ANC in this province is really faced with quite a big challenge, in particular with regards to this region, because clearly you have one group that is now gathering momentum, its branches that saying that they are in support of Mayor Zandile Gumede. And as you've said, you've got other members of the ANC. And I must say, Peter, as well, that here it's not all the branches of the ANC that are here. It seems to have been several branches where those that have led this protest have mobilized community members, because one of the other points that we've picked up is that some of the community members that were told to be part of this meeting are in fact the government's expanded public works workers from the respective communities, and so they were brought here and told that the EPWP program is now coming to an end because of the mayor having now been moved from her office, which they were seeming to be brought here, some of them under false pretense. And they were saying that they were here because they were concerned for these temporary jobs that they have in their communities. And so now what the ANC is going to possibly face with in this here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal is to deal with these members of the ANC that are now seemingly mobilizing communities, and not because of the challenges that they've brought the EPWP program as one of them, but because they needed to get people to come and support those that want the mayor to be reinstated. But as you said, of course, we're likely to see now those members who are in support of the decision by the ANC now standing up and saying that such behavior cannot be allowed. You remember, Peter, that the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal has said that they were going to be dealing with members who were going to be using, or leaders rather, who are going to be using members on the ground to mobilize against the ANC, that they were no longer going to accept protests such as this one to the party's leadership, saying that there were structures of the ANC and that people who had issues needed to come and sit down with the leadership of the ANC. So it's going to be quite interesting in terms of how the ANC is going to be able to deal with these protesters. They've said they are not going to move until they see Sihle Zikalala or Mtumseni Mtuli. Whether or not Zikalala will come to address them, one will still have to wait and see. But as you said, of course, the other possibility now is that you'll find other members of the ANC quite upset by this behavior, and also then saying that they want to take on this group here.
All right, Ayanda Mhlongo, we're going to leave it there for the time being. Thanks very much indeed for that update. And as you can see, those images there have very vocal supporters of embattled Ethekwini Mayor Gumede, who is on special leave at the moment. They're saying that until she's reinstated, they're going to continue to protest until they are addressed by senior leadership of the party. So ANC supporters of embattled Mayor Gumede there outside the ANC headquarters in KwaZulu-Natal, protesting, saying she must be